Jamie is a childhood friend of mine. He and I grew up together. He is a crazy guy, and I love Jamie. Jamie's been with me all over the world. He's been with me to Uganda several times. He's been with me to Central America and the Amazon. He's been with me multiple times in Mexico, and I've been a friend with his for probably 35 years. We've been very good friends. And that's one of the neat things about growing up in a small town. You know, I can be a 50-year-old man and still be good friends with guys I went to Cub Scouts with. And there's several of those people within this room. Jamie is one of those people, and Jamie is family to me. Jamie is like a brother to me. And he and I get in so much trouble whenever we're together. We instantly turn into seventh graders as soon as we get back together every single time, and we have a good time. But you know, Jamie's not just a good friend. He's also somebody that I'm so privileged to know because he's known all over the world. He's known all over the world for two different reasons. One, he's known because when he was a 16-year-old young man, he survived a near-fatal fire on the Joshua Fire Department. And he was burned 60% of his body, third-degree burns, and he barely survived it. And all through his high school, he went through multiple surgery. And God literally, when he was in the fire, when he was in the flames, and he couldn't find the direction to get out, he literally felt two hands come around his side like this, point him in the right direction and say, "Run, Jamie." And the Spirit of God showed up inside of a fire and literally saved his life. And he was, completely inflamed. I mean, he couldn't tell, he couldn't see. He was breathing fire, he was in fire. And nobody knows what that's like unless you've been through something like that. And then he went through years and years and years of rehabilitation and multiple surgeries. I remember the first week and me going down to the hospital the first week he was there. And I remember the doctor saying, "He will not live. He will not make it. He will not live." And of course his mama was bound, no, this boy's going to live, this boy's going to make it. Well, not only did he live, not only did he survive it, he has completely overcome it. And then he got into fighting and he got into all different kinds of arts of karate and jiu-jitsu and those kinds of things. And then he got so good, he actually got a black belt. Then he got a second-degree black belt. Then he got a third. Then he got a fourth. Then he got a fifth. Then he got a sixth. Then he got a seventh-degree black belt. And he's been honored all over the world in 7 karate halls of fame. He's been in multiple movies where he's the fight guy in a whole bunch of movies. And he's a real big part of Open Door Church. You guys, our good friend Jamie Cashion is in the house. Come on up
here. Thank you so much. It's indeed a blessing to be a part of Pastor Troy's life and Leanna, and the stories that we could tell on each other would.
Don't start.
Yeah. So there's one thing that I'm blessed that I can do being in the martial arts, and that is. Does he have my pictures? Where's my pictures at, Ben? Can you hear me, Ben? There they are. Okay. So and that is to give an honorary black belt to someone, and I've only done that to. Toby Keith, Journey.
Yeah.
Woo! Rock on, Journey! And Mark Chestnut. And then T. Boone Pickens. Somewhere was T. Boone Pickens. So I've done one other civilian, I'll call it. And that was somebody that worked with my wife, Summer. And that was for kudos to try to get her kind of like a raise. But it didn't work. That's okay. But, to be a black belt, you've got to spend about 3 to 4 years of extensive training, obviously, and those hours of training are hundreds of kicks and punches and breaks and self-defense, and of course, you're fighting. So you're pushed beyond your breaking point, and there's 11 different levels in our system to get your black belt. So every time you test, you've got to go through this course of, again, kicking and punching and breaking. And the one thing you do is you never, ever, ever give up. No matter what's thrown at you, you don't give up. And that in itself is the test. The test is never giving up. So in saying that, when you test for your black belt, it's about a 4-hour test, and you go through all this scenario of breaking boards, breaking bricks, and then you fight 15 2-minute rounds back to back, but your last 3 fights are 3-on-1, and you're the one. So in saying that, you never give up. So even though I have not personally trained Pastor Troy and Leanna, I can tell you from being a part of their life as long as I have, they've never given up. They've never given up. So, to be a black belt, I can't tell you what it is to be a black belt, but to be Pastor Troy and Leanna, you got to wake up every day wanting to be the hands and feet of Jesus. You got to open your heart constantly, searching for a way to heal the pain and suffering for all the children and the orphans. You've got to exhaust all efforts to feed the hungry. And I can't imagine how difficult that is to do. So, in my mind, they have the same equivalent, the same aspirations, the same fortitude as what a black belt does. So, being sanctioned with the World Black Belt Bureau, the World Black Belt Association, the American Taekwondo Federation, and the American Black Belt Karate Association, I hereby promote both of you to honorary black belt. These are really, really slick.
Wow.
So this is for Miss Leanna Brewer, and this is for Pastor Troy Brewer. And the proper way actually is to do this. We got to do it right. Set that down.
You're not going to hit me, are you?
Say congratulations, sir.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Jamie.
One picture, I'm going to get in the middle, and now that you're black belt, you got to have your hands up like this and hold it one next to your black belt. You can do that. Put your fist up like this, okay? Don't congratulate your new black belts up here.
Wow, that is sharp, man. Well, I'm still going to carry my pistol if that's all right. That's wonderful. Thank you, Jamie. What an honor.